Yo, how's it going, guys? It is Fox98 here. Welcome back to a brand new video for you guys today here on the channel. Welcome to round number 2 of Season 2 of F1 2020 Subscriber Championship. We're here for the Canadian Grand Prix. If you guys end up enjoying today's video, feel free to drop it a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here as well. Also, just want to make a quick little note that there are some seats that are now becoming available for Subscriber Championship. So if you are interested in joining SubChamp, be sure to click the link in the description down below to join my Discord server. And from there, you'll be able to find all the rules on how to apply, as some drivers are just unable to compete and some drivers are just not turning up. So obviously, seats will be available. So if you are interested, I'll also leave it in the comment section as well. Be sure to do so. So as you can see here for the grid, we're actually starting in P5. Initially, we were starting down in P12, I think, but we had a lot of technical issues. My game crashed about like twice, so obviously this is a restart. I mean, we didn't even get through the first corner the last time, so that's alright. But here we go then for the start of the Canadian Grand Prix. So let's see who's in front of us. We've got Lion and Tominator in front with Madman and Hazard on pole position then. So let's see what we can do with the 5 red lights then for the Canadian Grand Prix, and it's lights out and away we go. It's a good start from us initially as we go in towards turn 1 now. Looks like DHL there is getting a good start. He breaks a little late in towards turn 1. We're going to try and go around the outside here of the Mercedes, but it doesn't work for us. And the AlphaTauri down the inside is going to get a great run going down towards the second chicane, and this is going to be quite a simple move for him, and he gets it done. So we're down to 6th place then off the start. Madman here goes and just slows down at that point. I think he actually already took some front wing damages. There's a little bit of contact there between DHL F1 guy and NXR Lion, so we're going to take advantage of that and double switch back the pair of them now through the exit of that second chicane. A lovely bit of instinctive driving there as we now go through in towards this second or third chicane. However many chicanes Canada wants to have, to be honest. They can just call themselves the chicanes as we now go in towards the hairpin for the first time here now as we break nice and early in towards the hairpin, where we get a whack on the back there from DHL F1 guy who goes super deep into the corner. I'm pretty sure there are brakes that need to be used at that point. But hey, at least I didn't spin around. I just lost a little bit of time there. But crucially, we can keep pressing onwards, and we didn't get spun round from that. That would have been the worst thing that we could possibly have had. As we get for the final chicane now and enter to the second lap now, as we make a couple of changes on our car there. Hazard sets the fastest half of a 1 minute 16.8. 2.1 seconds clear, but crucially what you can see is a lot of drivers are splitting the strategy. We've got a lot of drivers on the medium compound tyres, one of them being Tominator, who's clearly got some pace over Hazard, and he's trying to find a way through. You saw him scrapping in towards the last chicane, and all that battling that Tominator's doing, desperately trying to get ahead of Hazard, is just allowing me to close the gap. And now we're in DRS rage here, and let's see what we can do. If we can try and catch them, we've got Tong and NXR Lion behind, so we need to be careful of that. And also, I need to be very careful as I go a little bit deep there into the chicane, that I need to get this move done. You can see Tominator here and Hazard scrapping away out front, and I need to make sure that I can find a way through, because crucially, of course, these guys, some of them are on the medium compound tyres as we hit the back of Tominator there, and then we go into the wall, and we've got a little bit of front wing damage on the left-hand side of our car there. It was a little bit my fault, really. I didn't anticipate me actually getting that much speed through the hairpin, and then I just lost the rear end and hit the wall there. So I wouldn't have taken the front wing damage from Tominator. It was because I hit the wall. It's very, very light damage though, so we'll see how it goes, but for now we should be absolutely fine as Tominator goes down the inside of Hazard into turn 1. Now into turn 2, Hazard will take the high ground and have that inside line. You should have better traction on the soft compound tyres to stay in front of Tominator. This is a great scrap between the pair of them as we try and go down the inside of Tominator, who just broke really early there. But luckily we were able to just, well, take the corner cut and move on. Obviously, it is regular corner cutting because it's not a league, for God's sake. It's a subscriber championship. There's a difference. And now all of a sudden, I'm in a bit of a predicament here. I'm starting to get impatient myself. Now we're going to try and go around the inside of Tominator in towards into the chicane. It doesn't work for us though. We'll have to cut the chicane and just sit in behind and accept that we're not going to make the overtake there. But now I'm starting to get into a point where I really want to get past here. I feel like I've got the pace against Tominator and also Hazard at this early stage of the race, and I have to make it count. And here you can see here, we're going to open up the taps now, use rich mixture and ERS. It looks like Tominator might have just used a little bit more of his ERS than he probably would have wanted. There's a little bit of wheel banging between the pair of us, but that's absolutely fine. But we're past him now and into second place. Crucially now, we need to get past Hazard, who's actually quite slow in the final chicane, and that was quite encouraging for me. So we open up the taps once again here and breeze down the inside, or around the outside, sorry, into turn 1. And we've taken the lead now of the Canadian Grand Prix. And that was a crucial set of overtakes. We had to make those stick. Now we have to try and build a gap, get ourselves out of DRS zone. And that's exactly what we did. Lap 8 of the Grand Prix now. And my main rival now is starting to emerge in this Grand Prix, and it is Tong. He's on the medium compound tyres, and he's got to stop for the soft compound tyres, which of course is going to give him a big advantage. So with that being said, we kind of need a good pit stop here. But a lot of the times, especially in Season 1 of Subchamp, I was doing the medium compound tyre strat a lot, but I just kept getting screwed over by it. But obviously in this race, we've had quite a few yellow flags and some spinners and, you know, damages to front wings, etc. And obviously it brought out a safety car in Bahrain, so I was expecting a safety car or VSC or something to happen here. But it didn't happen, so it means at the moment everyone is able to do the strategy that they want. So Tominator is in second place and Tong is out front. He's got a 14-second advantage to us now. He's going to be pitting around about lap 10, lap 11, lap 12. Tominator, you can see, is just coming to the pits now, so he's going to be going onto the soft compound tyres. He's also got a 3-second time penalty, but we have actually got quite a bit of an advantage on him, so we should be fine as we set the fastest lap of the race so far. But crucially, it's only a 10th of a second faster than my previous best lap time, because I knew the only way that I'm going to be able to beat Tong in this race, despite the fact I've got good pace around here, is to be careful with my tyres. I don't want to just start taking them all away too quickly, because that would just ruin myself. As there you can see, is Tong now pitting for a set of the soft compound tyres and going to the end now in this race. So he's going to have those tyres, and the gap is 4.6 seconds. We pulled out about 2.5 seconds through there, and now you can see we can start to open up the taps a little bit and set a 1:10.6 and set the fastest lap of the race in the Canadian Grand Prix. With now 6 laps to go, it's getting a little bit tight now for Tong to try and make the move stick, and unfortunately for Tong, he's not going to make it stick. You can see here that we're on to the last lap of the Grand Prix, and I've actually, as you can see, Wingman there in front, 2 lapped cars versus Wingman versus Madman. Nice little switchback there, and he's through. But throughout the entirety of this stint, I actually had good pace over Tong. Now, I know that Tong had front wing damage like me. I don't know how light or how heavy it was. It could have well been worse than mine, but as we go through now in towards the last chicane here, we're going to now weave on the start-finish straight and win the Subscriber Championship round number 2 here at the Canadian Grand Prix. And for the first time actually in this series, it's the first time that I've physically crossed the line first. I believe it was I can't remember what Grand Prix it was. There was one of the races, I think it was the Dutch Grand Prix, when, okay, nice driver of the day for my teammate. Nice one, Sam. Nice driver of the day there. I think it was the Dutch Grand Prix last year that I got the win thanks to obviously the removal of my drive-through penalty, which was 8. Apart from that, I don't think I've actually crossed the line physically to win, so that was quite satisfying. But I didn't actually get the chance to speak to Tong about his front wing damage. I know for sure that he had some, but it might have potentially been worse than mine. But overall, we were able to keep the pace, and then in the end, we managed to finish about a 1.5 seconds clear of Tong. He really did try and push towards the end, but we had the pace, and we were able to keep it around about 4 seconds. It dropped then to around about 2 and a bit seconds because someone was consistently messaging me on my phone, so I paused my game and answered it, and I lost a little bit of time. And then on the final lap, Tong just absolutely went for it. But there you can see Sam as well. He started 15th and finished in 4th. So fantastic effort for him and a great result for McLaren. And there you can see is how everybody finished. Obviously ourselves, Tong, DHL F1 guy back on the podium once again. But here then is the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors after the second round of the season. So it's all square at the top of the championship. Myself and DHL F1 guy both on 40 points then after picking up a win and a 3rd place each. Tong is third in the championship after claiming 2 second places in a row, but he does cut that gap now down to 4 points in the championship. So Tong now right up in there, and we're already seeing a little cheeky 3-horse race race coming into play. iFlaming Zombie and Callisto and the Ferraris are tied on points. They're both on 18 points. They both had a P5 and a P6. Hazza is next then 6th in the championship with 16 points to his name. Sam then is 7th in the championship. Of course, he couldn't make the first race in Bahrain, but he's come here to Canada and he is on 12 points. Tominator is on 8 points ahead of Wavy Knife, who's on 7. Constant Soda has 6 points after a double point scoring finish. And then Lion, unfortunately, wasn't able to score any points today. Into the Constructors' Championship then, we've got ourselves McLaren then, who lead the Constructors' Championship. We're on 52 points now. AlphaTauri are second in the Championship with 40 points. Ferrari are third in the Championship, tied with Renault, who have both scored 18 points in both of the races so far. So they're both on 36 points. Williams are on 16 points. Haas then are on 8 points, with Red Bull on 7. Then we've got Racing Point on 6. Mercedes are on 1 point, and it's just Alfa Romeo that are so far yet to score any points. But if you have enjoyed this episode of Subscriber Championship, like I said before, drop it a like and subscribe if you're around here as well. And like I said, there are seats that are now available. As far as I'm aware, it is the Racing Point and a Red Bull seat that are available. I know for definite that there is a Racing Point seat available. So like I said, join the Discord and go into the Sub-Champ Reserve Driving Chat, and you'll be able to get all your interest in there. Or if you don't know what you're doing, you just join the Discord, and in the general chat that you can see, just ask how you enter, and either myself or someone else will help you get yourself entered, and I'll pick the driver on Tuesday next week. So by the time you're watching this video, you'll see tomorrow evening who is been selected, and then obviously the next race will be whenever I'm able to schedule to get it hosted, which will be at the Circuit of the Unknowns Part 2. In other words, you don't have a clue. So yeah, I'll see you guys for that race. Until then, peace.